So take us through the night. How exciting was this?
Oh my goodness, it was just really just crazy. You know, like we've always wanted to be here, and we finally get this night, and just to actually be here, it's just almost breathtaking. Like we're not used to it, but it's just, like I said, like it's a blessing just to be here.
You mentioned that this was a dream for you to play an NCAA tournament volleyball. Has your dream? How are you feeling right now with your dream realized?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just so much. I mean, it's crazy. It really is the dream, and of course, it's not over. We still have to play and keep going as far as we can in the tournament. But just to be here out of all the teams, that wanted to be here and be in the tournament, just to be picked as one of those is just amazing.
Aubrey, was there a particular moment, game, or something on or off the court where you kind of realized, oh, this team, it's pretty special. We have a chance to do something that we haven't done in a long time.
Honestly, it was in the beginning of the year. In the preseason, we all just kind of noticed, we're something. We know we're good. We have the chemistry. It's there this year. Everything just kind of clicked, and it was almost just like you wanted to smile, but then you're actually nervous at the same time because you aren't sure whether to be happy or excited or what to feel about it. But once we started playing games and kind of seeing what we were capable of, it was just, you could tell like it was going to be a dream team.
What was your reaction when you saw South Dakota?
Oh my gosh. Well, we all saw the first word, the South, and we just started almost freaking out, and then we saw Dakota. But I mean, in a way, we just kind of felt our name waiting to be called. But yeah, we were all just sitting there almost jumping out of our seats seeing the word South.
What would you say to all the Carolina fans who have stuck with you guys and believed that you would be here in this moment?
Just thank you for being at every single game, making our gym one of the hardest gyms to play in. I mean, every team says it. They know that our gym is really hard to play in, especially when we have a huge crowd. So just sticking with us even through all the hard years, just being with us through all those, and then just finally being able to get this with our name on the board, it's finally our turn.
So take us through the night. How exciting was this?
Oh my goodness, it was just really just crazy. You know, like we've always wanted to be here, and we finally get this night, and just to actually be here, it's just almost breathtaking. Like, we're not used to it, but it's just, you know, like I said, like, it's a blessing just to be here.
You mentioned that this was a dream for you to play an NCAA tournament volleyball. Has your dream? How are you feeling right now with your dream realized?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just so much. I mean, it's crazy. It really is the dream, and you know, of course, it's not over. We still have to play and keep going as far as we can in the tournament. But just to like be here out of all the teams, you know, that wanted to be here and be in the tournament, just to be picked as one of those is just amazing.
Aubrey, was there a particular moment, game, or something on or off the court where you kind of realized, oh, this team, you know, it's pretty special. We have a chance to do something that we haven't done in a long time here?
Honestly, it was in the beginning of the year. In the preseason, you know, we all just kind of noticed, you know, we're something. We know we're good. We have the chemistry. It's there this year, you know. Everything just kind of clicked, and it was almost just like you wanted to smile, but then you're actually like nervous at the same time because you aren't sure whether to be happy or excited or what to feel about it. But once we started playing games and kind of seeing what we were capable of, you know, it was just, you could tell like it was going to be a dream team.
What was your reaction when you saw South Dakota?
Oh my gosh. Well, we all saw the first word, the South, and we just started almost freaking out, and then we saw Dakota. But I mean, in a way, we just kind of felt our name waiting to be called. But yeah, we were all just sitting there like almost jumping out of our seats seeing the word South.
What would you say to all the Carolina fans who have stuck with you guys and believed that you would be here in this moment?
Just thank you for being at every single game, making our gym one of the hardest gyms to play in. I mean, every team says it. They know that our gym is really hard to play in, especially when we have a huge crowd. So just sticking with us even through all the hard years, you know, just being with us through all those, and then just finally being able to get this with our name on the board, you know, it's finally our turn.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations.
As being a local girl and playing for the state team, I mean, how does this feel for you personally to be a part of this NCAA tournament team?
It feels so amazing. The feeling is indescribable. I've been watching South Carolina play since I was, you know, in high school and grade school. So to actually be a part of this and make history is truly amazing.
You almost, I don't know, have you not compared, but you kind of see what like Asia has done, you know, being local and doing everything that she did. I guess how does it feel to kind of be have an opportunity to kind of do that?
I'm definitely not comparing myself to Asia, but you know, what she's doing is incredible, and it kind of feels, you know, awesome to have a little piece of that stardom too.
What was your day like today, kind of just anticipating tonight all day long?
We had practice this morning. We kind of woke up, had a feeling that we were going to be called, and just kind of like the nerves and the jitters were all there, but we had a good feeling about it the whole day.
What was your reaction when South Dakota popped up?
We thought it was our name at first because we saw the red and we saw the S, and we were like, oh my gosh, but yeah, it was definitely like a kind of moment. So yeah.
Where's the confidence come from in this team that makes you guys feel like you guys can, you know, make a run in this tournament?
The chemistry we have this year and the way we play together is definitely a huge contender to our confidence, and kind of our support system and the coaching staff backing us up too, kind of hyping us up the whole year definitely helps out a lot.
In your eyes, what's been the biggest difference from last year to this year?
It's kind of like a new whole feeling. You know, we have new players, new coaches, and the whole level of play has just really stepped up, I would say.
I guess what are your thoughts about, you know, traveling, you know, going all the way to, you know, Minnesota, you know, and kind of being on the road for this one?
I'm sure Brittany McLean is way more, you know, nervous than I am right now, but we're excited to go somewhere cold, somewhere different, and we're ready to play.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Just obviously, you know, first thoughts when you saw the name South Carolina go up on the TV screen, what kind of went through your head?
Oh, super excited. This is something that this group of girls has never experienced, so just seeing our name up there after sitting there for a good 10 minutes felt really nice.
It's been so long since, you know, USC has been in this position. What's special about this group?
We just always want to win. We always want to compete, even at practice. If it's like a friendly drill, we're always going after it with each other. And I think that's really carried out through the season. And even when games are tight, like we've been down 0-2 in a game before and came back and won because there's just no quit in us and we want to win and we want to compete every second.
Does your experience with beach volleyball in the spring kind of help you out with this a little bit?
I think it helps me a lot. There's a lot of ball control on the beach game because there's only you and your partner, so you have to touch the ball all the time, and there's no subs either. So in beach, you got to work through whatever you're working through, and there's no way out. So I think it's carried over a lot to indoor. Just trying to stay mentally stable and work out bad games and be ready for the next one.
But then I meant more specifically like the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah.
You did it with beach, and now here you are with indoor.
Yeah, personally, I played in the NCAA beach tournament last year, and I know these girls on the indoor team haven't experienced that. So hopefully I can use my experience from last spring into the fall tournament this season. And I don't know, we're just so pumped.
Tell us about your day. Was it a long day, just waiting for everything?
Super long day. We woke up, had team breakfast, practice, hung out, and then we pretty much went home and were freaking out all day, trying to figure it out in our heads, even though none of us had any idea. But it's been a long day. It feels good now that it's over.
A little bit of a false alarm with South Dakota.
Yes, it was red and there was set south, and it just freaked all of us out. But it's okay, because I like our seating.
Anything else?
19 wins, 10 wins in conference. What's been the biggest difference in your mind between last year and this year?
I think it always goes back down to competing. Last year, I think we were missing a little bit of that fire, and this year we have more than enough fire to drive us through this tournament, and I think that showed all season.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Caroline's done. Michaela, as the leader of this team, I mean, how's it feel to be going to your first NCAA tournament?
It feels amazing. It feels so amazing. You know, it's something that we've talked about and we've looked forward to and we've worked hard for. You know, the blood, sweat, tears, the practices, the playing. It's all been leading up to this, and I'm so excited for our team this year.
What did it kind of feel? Can you just walk us through your day first? Earlier today, named All SEC and now NCAA tournament.
You know, today was just really like any other day. It was all about practicing. It was all about, you know, getting our minds right for the upcoming games because, you know, we had an inkling, but we didn't actually know until just now, as you guys saw, to really know that we were in the tournament. And so today was really just another day of preparation, another day of grinding it out. And, you know, it's the same day it's always been. And I'm so excited. You know, this selection show is just the cherry on top.
Can you just talk about the job that your new coach has done? I mean, what's been the biggest difference between last year and this year, you know, given some of the things he's installed, and how has he been able to work with this roster?
You know, the coaching staff this year has made a huge impact on our team. You know, the biggest difference, I think, is the way that we all work together as a unit. I think that we all are very much a family and very much, you know, a group, a cohesive group, and I'm just, you know, I think it shows in every part of our game.
What did you kind of think when you saw South Dakota?
When we saw South Dakota, you know, every time, like I said before, we didn't really know that we were in the tournament until we saw our names up there, and so every S name of a school before that was kind of a jump, a false alarm. So seeing South Dakota up there was, you know, so close to our own name was like you know, but. You know, we settled ourselves back down and until we saw our own names up there.
I guess how do you think the team's going to handle this, you know, mentally, given that you guys haven't been in this situation before? I guess, you know, what's kind of the first thing that you guys are going to be trying to do as far as settling in for a tournament?
You know, this is something new to us, but it's not something new to our coaching staff, and so I think that going forward into this week and coming up, preparing for this next game is going to be an exercise in settling ourselves and doing and, you know, following what we know our coach has done and being able to really focus in and grind it out until we can go play at Minnesota.
Anything else? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We good?
Joe, are you ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Obviously, it's an exciting moment. We're really proud and excited and happy for our student athletes. I think, look at what this group's been through this year and in years past, and I think they're definitely deserving, not just through the resume that they put together as far as wins and losses, but also just the way they've worked together as a group. So I'm very excited and proud and happy for them right now.
Tom, I know it just happened. What are your first thoughts on the draw about playing Colorado first?
Colorado's a good team. I've had a chance to see them play a couple times this year. They're really solid. They've had some good wins. I haven't seen enough video to know as far as matchups yet, but we'll get to work on that as soon as we leave here.
Do you make Brittany an assistant coach for this week? Just
if we'll take it one match at a time, and 100% of our focus right now is on Colorado. I think it's exciting for her to get to go and play in front of some home crowd and home fans. Not just having played there, but she grew up there. That's her hometown. So when Britt came in and got on board with what we were doing, she wanted to be a big part of getting a group to the NCAA tournament and getting to this biggest stage. And she's done that, and the rest of the team has done that. So I think it's worked out exactly how we all hoped. So obviously I'm excited for her as well.
Just talking about this moment, in your first year here, being new and given what you had as far as the roster and having them achieve what they've been able to achieve so far.
Well, we said right away this was not a rebuild. There were some pieces that we needed to add. There were some areas of our game that we needed to get better and improve. But that's probably the same as every other team in the country. We knew there were really good players on our roster, and there were players that were willing to put in the work to get us to points like today. And first year, second year, it's really all the same. You've been in this for a while. You go through each season as a group. And you want every group to be able to achieve their potential and have moments like this where they put in all that work for, going back to last spring and winter through this fall. And, you do it for nights like this where you get to go and play in the postseason.
Do you consider this season a success now that you see your name up on the tournament screen?
Well, not everything's going to go your way, and either within a match, from a night-to-night basis, or as a season as a whole. We weren't perfect, but we were good a lot, and we were good enough, and I think this team was really deserving of it. So, obviously this is, you're measured on a lot of different things. This is certainly the biggest one of them. So obviously the fact to, getting to see our name and get to play in the NCAA tournament is probably the biggest of our goals.
And talk about some of your juniors and seniors like Claire Edwards. How much did they make the transition easy for you?
Very much so. We said of this group that they wanted to be great, they wanted to be successful, they're willing to put the work in, which is all you can ask for as a coach and as a coaching staff. We want to be able to show them as coaches that there is a path for them to have the success that they came here for. And that was kind of our job all year, was just to show them how to be successful and then let them go put the work and go achieve it as a group. And I think they really took that to heart and they were successful with it. And we had a lot of there's a lot of matches. 19 and 9. That's a long season. Like we said, there's some of those 9 matches that we want back as far as losses that we think we could have played a little bit better. But as far as the season as a whole, they handled it so well, and a lot of it comes down to those juniors and seniors and the leadership and how much it meant to them to make South Carolina volleyball a success.
Tom, how do you go about preparing this team mentally for something that they haven't done? They haven't been in this situation. How did you and your coaching staff kind of prepare this team now?
Well, we've tried to teach that lesson throughout the season. If you're looking for an excuse or a situation to be uncomfortable in, you're always going to find one. Whether it's your first match of the season, your first home match, your first conference match, there's always something about every match that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And as a student athlete and as a team, you try to find a way to focus on what's important and perform at your highest level. So fortunately, we've been able to adjust that in different stages throughout the season. This is obviously a little bit different one. Now we're preparing for the NCAA tournament, so there's an excitement to that. But there's certainly lessons that we can draw upon from the season where we've handled it well, or areas times we didn't handle it as well, and we can try to improve on those.
Just going off that, you already kind of mentioned Britt McLean a little bit, but are you going to rely on her a little bit more this week, given that she's the only player on the team to have experience in NCAA tournament volleyball?
Yeah, obviously, Britt last year playing in the NCAA tournament is hopefully going to be a really good experience for her. But like I said, we've had players that have played, internationally or for really high level club teams. So they've played high level volleyball before. And the game doesn't change; it's still the same. So hopefully, you put these people. This is why you're a student athlete. Is you want to be in these high pressure, high excitement situations and see how you respond. And I'd take our group against anybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.